Hello guys, today I wanted to make a few comments about the Trump phenomenon. First of all, I want to get right to the point. Many Trump supporters, even though they know he's kind of crazy and his antics are really indefensible, they still resort to statements like, let Trump do his job, just get out of the way and let him do his work. But saying that as a defense is like saying, let the leeches keep sucking the blood out of the cancer patient, when clearly it's just bringing them closer to death. I mean, when you know something is deranged and doesn't work, it makes no sense to keep doing it. But facts, rational arguments, none of this stuff really matters to the average Trump supporter. These voters support Trump because of cultural or emotional reasons. They're not supporting him based on any cohesive political policy. Let's just be honest about that. Now, for example, do Trump supporters know that he directed his Justice Department to make a legal case against the ban on pre-existing conditions for health insurance? Yes, Trump is trying to bring back the ability of health insurance companies to deny your medical policy and claims on the basis of pre-existing conditions. The answer to these questions is that most Trump supporters are extremely emotional. They aren't connected with policy. So they don't even believe you whenever you tell them that basic truth. So I don't know if policy nor if truth really matter, which is the real danger. For the first time in my life, I can see with my own eyes, seeing how these Trump supporters who stand to lose so much under his rule, I can see how this translates into, for example, an advanced country like Germany back in the day, falling into the hands of Hitler. This is how it happens, guys. It is pure insanity. Now, I am not equating Trump to Hitler, just to be clear. What I am comparing is the emotional support base that sways voters into things that aren't logical. That's the connection I'm making. As I often do, I want to use the state that I grew up in, Tennessee, as the example of this emotional and cultural voter issue. If you're outside of the urban centers of Memphis or Nashville, there's hardly any area with enough voters to send progressive politicians to state or federal office down there. Yet, outside these areas, the state is relatively poor. Wages are low, standards are low, people are living on like $25,000, $30,000 a year. Here is one issue I have observed down in Tennessee in the past decade. Since the Affordable Care Act passed, the state's Tea Party, hard-right conservative government at the state level refused to take federal Medicaid expansion dollars. The stress from that has caused over 10 hospitals in the statewide, to close in the past decade. Many of those hospitals are located in rural and poor areas. The main reason why is because they don't get paid when a lot of poor, uninsured show up at the ER. Yet the voters in Tennessee, clearly from this last election in 2018, didn't punish the Republicans who refused Medicaid dollars. They blamed Democrats and so-called Obamacare for the problem. This is illogical. It doesn't make any sense. Why would voters who live in a relatively poor state, if you're outside of a few booming areas like those around Nashville, fall into this type of politics? The answer is I don't know. I'm good at observation. I can observe something, but I'm not quite sure how you convince people what should be clear and easy to see right before their eyes. How can you convince a voter who blames Obamacare for all their problems when their local hospital is closed because right-wing conservative politicians at the state level rejected the Medicaid dollars to help keep those said hospitals open? I don't have an answer for that. And unfortunately, that's what I'll leave this video with. Just more questions to ponder as the Trump crazy train keeps chugging along. Thank you for watching.